What's the number one thing that everyone should bring to a social setting? And no, it's not the cookies. So although cookies are nice, and certainly you can bring those to a social setting, the number one thing that you should bring, everyone, no matter what their age, should bring to a social setting is positivity. I can't tell you how many times we've had people come into our center, regardless of their age, and they might have had testing that day, or they just didn't get enough sleep the night before, and they come in sleepy or grumpy, and just kind of in a low, kind of bad mood, or just a low mood. And sometimes they'll curl up on the beanbag like they're going to even have a nap during social skills group. Some of the teenagers will do that more often than the elementary school kids, but it does also happen with the elementary school kids. And so they don't understand that when you come to a social setting, you want to bring your social self, and that means bringing a level of positivity with you. The second thing you want to make sure you do, if you are coming to a social situation and you're not really feeling that positivity, there's a few things you can do. One of them is to just kind of get yourself up by listening to some upbeat music. Maybe watch a funny YouTube video. There is some research that if you put a pencil between your teeth and it kind of forces like a smile because you're holding the pencil between your teeth, even a forced smile can help to lift your mood, or even get your body moving a little bit. Go for a little bit of a walk in the parking lot before you enter the building, or maybe, just kind of get yourself doing a little bit of dance in the car, kind of seat dancing or something to kind of get your elevated mood up a little bit so that you do bring that positivity into a social setting. The third thing that I would say about socializing is that you want to think about some topics that you might talk about when you get there. So kind of pre-thinking what you might say to the people who you know are going to be there. You might think about are things that just happened, so maybe weekends or vacations, or things that are coming, weekends or vacations. Or you could think about maybe what you knew about them the last time you saw them. So maybe they went on a trip to Disney, and you could say, hey, how was your trip to Disney? What was your favorite part of the park? How long were you there? Who did you go with? Start to ask some follow-up questions. The other thing to remember when you socialize with people is to make sure that you carve out time to ask about them. So a lot of times people who have social difficulties will only talk about themselves, or they're only interested in the things that they're interested in, and they're not necessarily interested in other people. But to be friends with somebody and to engage in a back and forth conversation, you need to ask about what's going on in their lives and then listen to the answer and really retain that information about that person because it's important to them. Just like anybody who has social difficulties and wants to share something about themselves, they're going to want to be listened to and have people look like they're interested in what they're saying rather than looking bored. And that's really, really important, is to kind of fake it even if you're not particularly interested in what that person is saying, because it's important to them. And to be friends with somebody, you need to be engaged in things that are important to them. So I hope you found these tips useful. If you did, please hit the like button, hit subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more videos on how to help children, teens, and young adults improve their social lives. And definitely leave a comment. I would love to hear from you if you found this useful. And if you wanted to go to a social situation and bring a plate of cookies, I'm there.